Today we're going to talk about creepy carbs. We're going to dive in and talk a little bit about creepy carbs. Today we're going to talk about creepy carbs. We're going to dive in and talk a little bit about creepy carbs. I'm not liking this lighting situation here. I feel like Mariah Carey. The lighting's weird. But let me dive into talking about creepy carbs. I've got a list, and we're going to go in and talk a little bit about where are hidden creepy carbs. And Dr. Berry coined this term. I'm taking his phrase, creepy carbs, of where are they in our food. And creepy carbs lead to weight loss stalls. If you're having a weight loss stall, I would challenge you to start inspecting your food a little bit more to see where these creepy carbs. When I started reading more labels, I was astounded by how many creepy carbs were in my system that I was like, no wonder I'm having a weight loss stall. Good morning, MT. No wonder I'm having weight loss stalls. It's because I'm ingesting all of these carbs. It's not letting me be in ketosis. At the time, I wasn't doing blood pricking, so I couldn't see it. And so like Sydney says, they're everywhere. Literally, they are everywhere. And if you're not like a hawk laser looking, you are going to miss them. And it could be one of the reasons why you are having a weight loss stall. So I've got a little list here on Countess of Low Carb on YouTube. Go run over there because I'm going to have a whole series coming out on there. And if you're not subscribed to Countess of Low Carb on YouTube, go check that out. Good morning, Leslie. And check out my Amazon keto book. It's for beginners on ketos. But let's dive in. My first one is tomato sauce. Not all tomato sauces are created equal, right? Like marinara sauce, things like that I just pulled one out of our pantry that we happen to have because I grabbed one because my husband wanted some tomato sauce, and I don't eat this brand. It was from Aldi's where I bought it. It was, and usually what I buy is a sugar-free tomato sauce, but this one, it was a half a cup of tomato sauce, was 11 net carbs for a little half a cup, 11 net carbs, 9 grams of sugar, y'all. That's cray-cray. Like, for a half a cup, 9 net carbs. It's almost half of the day's serving of 20 net carbs. Like, that's crazy. So that was one example of tomato sauce. Sorry, this lighting is really it's distracting. Is it distracting for you guys? It's distracting for me. I feel like I look like an angel. I feel like it's too bright though. Is there something I can do to make this not as bright? The next thing I have on there was my spice packets. One on my YouTube channel, on Countess of Low Carb on YouTube, is a taco seasoning packet. But if you're buying taco seasoning packets, it's going to have maltodextrose in it or maltodextrin. Anyway, it's crap. That is a creepy carb. It's also it's usually based out of a cornstarch or some sort of carb additive to make it not clump together. And so make your own. I have one on Countess of Low Carb on YouTube for taco seasoning, but like chili recipes, things like that. I have bought tons of spices from Amazon that are really, really good. You can just make your own. I put them in mason jars, and then I make them I don't know, every 6 months or something like that. Throw them in a mason jar, and then that way I don't have those hidden creepy carb additives. The next one that I have on my list is ranch dressing or other dressings. The best ranch dressing that you can get in terms of ingredients is the Primal Ranch Dressing. I order all mine off Amazon, but you can get it places like Trader Joe's or Whole Foods. My Aldi does not carry it, but most ranch dressings are based out of soybean oil, and soybean oil can be inflammatory. So noticing things like that of what are you dipping your sauces in? Yeah, we certainly can have ranch on keto. We can certainly have blue cheese dressing, those type of things, but usually in the dressings and condiments, there's a lot of hidden creepy carbs in there that are going to lead to holding on to weight and be potential that's going to prevent you from losing weight and giving you a weight loss stall. The next thing is, so we talked about sauces, we talked about tomato sauce, we talked about, next one is almond butter. Almond butters are also, reading your ingredients. Some people have a little tiff about almond butters, but you can make your own, which I'm going to attempt to try today to see, can the Countess cook it? My series, Can the Countess Cook It? Almond butter is another one of making sure there's not added sugar into it. A lot of them have added cane sugar in it. Can you believe that? I get it. They're trying to make it taste good. If it tastes sweeter, then you'll be more apt to buy it. They'll sell more products, but things like adding cane sugar into the almond butter is another one. The next one is bone broth. I've shown on my videos on YouTube tons of times in my keto grocery hauls is in bone broth that there's cane sugar added and other types of sugars. And I've gotten pretty good at knowing what different sugars are, different names. If it's something I can't pronounce, I've gotten really accustomed to Googling it because here's what, I could give you the list now, but it would change tomorrow because marketers are freaking savvy. It's their job to sell keto products. That is their job. They really don't care about our health or well-being in terms of the ingredients, is usually typically for most food manufacturers. So Google what the ingredients are if you're not sure, like, what is that? What is maltodextrin? What is maltodrose? Where are all these things? If you Google it, it will tell you. Google is an amazing thing. The next thing I have on my list is, and this really isn't a keto product, but I like to talk about it just because I think that there's some people ask. And so if people are asking, I think it's a valid question. It's about barbecue sauce. I personally have not found a sugar-free barbecue sauce that is bottled that would be a good barbecue sauce to recommend. So we have in our pantry a sugar-free barbecue sauce. I have it on hand in case of emergencies. I typically use Bad Byron's butt rub. If I'm gonna have barbecue, it's gonna be a spice, like a St. Louis style where it's a rub based, not like a barbecue sauce. If I get desperate, I have the emergency pull shoot of this barbecue sauce in my pantry. It's a sugar-free brand. I looked at the ingredients. It's and again, I'm not going to recommend it to you guys because it's not really keto, but it's there in case I need it. So good morning, Jeannie. So it has 2 tablespoons or 2 net carbs, 0 grams of sugar, and it has one of the ingredients, going back to reading our labels and checking our labels, it has cornstarch in it. So that is not keto. That is inflammatory. Is it worth all of that inflammation for 2 tablespoons? Like I said, I have it to pull the ripcord in case I'm like desperate for barbecue, but I found that the substitute of using Bad Byron's butt rub for seasoning makes it taste delicious, makes it taste yummy, and I get satiated with it too. So someone asked about, thank you so much for asking about, Margaret, about sugar-free ketchup. And Jeannie says, Primal Kitchen ketchup is very good. I have not tried that. I will post the link once we're done with this video for that. I have not tried that, and I would be interested to try it. My experience has been with ketchups, same things, kind of like sauces. I have not really found good substitute sauces, and I know you can make your own, but here's where I pull back to. When you can make your own sauces, they're made out of sugar-free products. And y'all know, because I talked about it before, I've had major weight loss stalls through having sugar-free products. So I'm super like, if I'm gonna have a sugar-free product, it's probably gonna be something sweet and not a dipping sauce, not a condiment. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna have a condiment to do that. So each their own. Everybody has their own journeys. If someone's super passionate about ketchup or barbecue sauce or things like that, sure, usually Primal products are $7 to $8, $9 on Amazon. So that's kind of the price point that we're looking at for the Primal ranch dressing. And Primal has also a great mayonnaise. I recommend their mayonnaise, but it does not taste like normal mayonnaise. It tastes like a keto mayonnaise. It doesn't taste like a Hellmann's. It tastes like it's a keto type mayonnaise. So keeping that in mind too, is the taste is different. Oh, so who was I talking to? And the amazing Janet, who I love to pieces, and I were talking about Primal ranch dressing. It's got a little different twinge to it, and you've just got to get used to it. Like, it's getting used to that taste. So yes, the price point on that is definitely not like $0.99, like that you can get at Aldi for ranch dressing, but it doesn't have those ingredients. You can make your own spices and own seasonings. Who is it? I want to say it's that couple. It's the young couple on YouTube. What the heck is their name? Keto Connect. I believe they have some recipes for dressings also that they make. The one lady, she's a really, really good cook. And so they have, you can make them yourself. But here's my thing. If I'm going to go through making all that stuff, like I live real life with a 3-year-old, I don't have time. So I'd rather just, I just skip it is kind of what I do. So these going back, and then I can't wait to look at some of the questions in the comments. These were some of my list. What is your list for creepy carbs that you've looked at labels and you're like, oh my gosh, why is there carbs in there? Put it down below. I would love to compile a big list so we can all do different, we can all be aware, right? Because I go back to making conscious choices in our weight loss journey. I've been so unconscious for so long about weight loss that I really, really now I'm conscious, and I'm looking and like laser hawk looking to see where these creepy carbs are. And if you have some, put them down in the comments below. I would love to see, and throw up a big old, give this video a big old heart too. If you have certain creepy carbs that you know that you're like, man, because that is leading to weight loss stalls. The more we educate each other on these creepy carbs, the more it's going to all help us lose weight on our weight loss journey. And if your journey is maintenance now, is making sure that that we're all super, super aware. I love, Claire just said cream. Heavy cream for sure does have hidden creepy carbs too, and checking labels on that to make sure there's not added sugars. Good one, Claire. Anyone else have one? What else do we have in terms of other ones? Have I tried alternate sweets? I have not, but have heard good things. Robin, what kind of alternates? Oh, Wanda said alternate Sweets, and it's spelled Alterna Sweets Barbecue and Ketchup are both very good. Are the ingredients, are they, I'll have to check that out. Thank you for that suggestion. Sour cream is another one. Yeah, I've seen creepy carbs in there too. Yes, Dr. Berry does have his own bacon mayonnaise. I don't know why, y'all. This is the real life. This is where royal weight loss meets real life. This is true story. I have not made Dr. Berry's bacon mayonnaise because I'm worried about the cleanup effect. Is that wrong? I'm worried there's just going to be bacon grease splattered all on my blender or all exploded in my face. Like, it's really when I do the videos on YouTube of like, can the Countess cook it? It's literally like, will I explode the bacon grease in my face? Like, that's why sometimes I don't. And so sometimes I'm like, I just won't eat the mayonnaise. I just will forego the mayonnaise. So that's true story right there. Let me go back to the comments. I believe they're clean ingredients. Sweet. I'm going to have to check that out. Alternate sweets. If anybody else has had experience trying those, I would love to know. So those are my creepy carbs. I would love to know if you have any more. The main thing that I've seen is like bone broth. Like, why is there sweetener in bone broth? And I've talked about the Kensington mayonnaise that I bought on my Costco haul had sugar in it. And it has a nominal effect of sugar in it. So just being aware. And some people are like, that's cool. And some people are, you know, they still eat it as long as you're making conscious choices with that. So that's my spiel today, y'all. I would love to know though, your creepy carbs. Jeannie says bacon mayonnaise is easy. Okay. But don't you blend it? Like, doesn't it shoot out? Like, and how do you clean it? It's all greasy. Like, how do you clean it? Like, that's the other thing. Like, am I just squeezing a whole bunch of laundry, like dish detergent into my blender? Like, these are the things that plague me at night of why I'm like, I'm just not going to make it. True story. So, and some bacon, yes, a lot of bacon has sugar in it, which some people say it burns off, but then I go back to it. We're trying to eat as clean as possible. Again, making conscious decisions of, here comes a tractor next to me. Y'all see that tractor? There's a tractor. Bye, tractor. The guy's like, what is this chick doing? Oh my God, he looks like Cy. Hi, Cy. Only in the country. I think that's it. Make your own. See? Yes. Yes. It's a really good dishwasher. I don't know. That's what plagues me on the bacon mayonnaise. So those are my creepy carbs. I would love, let's keep compiling a list together of creepy carbs. I'm going to be having a video on Countess of Low Carb on YouTube later this week, all on this topic. A packet of cheese, but I only buy hard cheese. Some pork rinds with flavoring. Good one, Sydney. I hear you and not doing it because of the cleanup. Thanks, MT. We speak the same language. It comes back to me about the cleanup. Robin Davis, what's your mayonnaise recipe? Robin, do you have a mayonnaise recipe? And Robin put below her spices as well, which I will also be doing a YouTube video on those too, because she's got great recipes. They're really, really good. Robin's like, but she's on our last interview. Good morning. Be true to yourself. That's right. So going back to that a little bit from yesterday's video, if you haven't checked out yesterday's Facebook Live, go back and check it. Thine own self, be true. We are all on a different journey. I got a comment this morning. YouTube, by the way, is fascinating. I love seeing the comments. I love interacting with people on YouTube. And I get the gamut of you're doing great. Thanks so much for being inspiring. And then to like you look ugly, like mean, nasty things, right? So it's the gamut of things on there. And one of them was talking earlier about, someone was like, I have keto snack videos, and I understand, and I talk about having flatline our insulin as flatlined as possible. That's for the weight loss journey. That really, it's not calories in, calories out. It's all about maintaining our insulin as flatline as we can through keto and through fasting. Typically is how you get that flatline insulin. And so the point that I'm trying to get back about thy own self be true, Rena, is that I have videos on keto snacks, and some people need that crutch, which I have, and sometimes still do, to not act out and binge eat in other ways and things like that. And so having those tools in our tool belt, I think is just so important. It's an example of this, of like just having tools in our arsenal of tool belt to combat these food manufacturers who are putting crap into our food and trying to get away from processed food and making our own, like y'all have suggested, which used to be such a foreign concept for me. So if you're watching this and you're like, I can't make my own stuff, neither can I, but I've learned how to adapt. Like making almond butter, I never thought I would make my own almond butter, but I'm really excited to make my own almond butter. So becoming adaptable with this, and where, again, royal weight loss meets real life, my tagline, of that, adapting this into your own life and doing what works best for you and what resonates for you. Some people are going to make their own ranch dressing. Some people are going to go to Amazon to buy their ranch dressing. And there's a whole gamut in between of doing all those things. And so what I want to encourage you is, find the tools, and then do what works best for you. Everyone's going to do this differently, and I don't want the keto police to deter you of finding what works best for you. For me, sugar-free products are a tremendous weight loss stall for me. If I start bringing those back and then I want more, and then I can't stop, and then I binge eat on them, and it becomes a whole cycle. So for me, having sugar-free products is I have to monitor it. For other people, they can have sugar-free products. It doesn't jack with their insulin. It doesn't make them crave more. Like, there's a whole gamut in between. So I do want to encourage you, and thank you for saying that, Rena. The point that I'm trying, the punchline is, that own self be true, find what works for you, and continue on along that path. Okay, so let's see here. There are some in the index I post above. Personally, I don't make any though, not a mayonnaise, but I use Primal Kitchen when I need it. I've come to the conclusion sugar and carbs put in preserve our food in our shops so bad. I completely agree, Claire. I completely agree that they put that in to help preserve the foods to stay on the shelf life longer and to have a longer shelf life. For sure, for sure, for sure. Sherry said, I needed them in the beginning. I still need them every once in a while, but I'm finding not as much. That is completely my story, Sherry. The more I can get, I needed them in the beginning because this keto lifestyle switch is such a dramatic change from the 1990s mentality of low carb, low fat. To shift it, I needed to have that crutch, right? And then now further and further along on the journey, the less and less I need that, right? Like the less and less I need that. We were at Chuck E. Cheese last night. Y'all hadn't been to Chuck E. Cheese in like 2 decades. Or no, I had for my nephew's birthday party, but my son, when we went for his birthday, and like they don't have tokens anymore. You use a swipe card. Anyways, I was fasting there, but I was fascinated at the Chuck E. Cheese. They had a salad bar. I was like, oh, my husband and I were laughing. He's like, you could have eaten keto here because they had eggs. They had a whole bunch of cheeses in the salad bar. It was fascinating. So if you have a local Chuck E. Cheese near you and you have grandchildren or children, the one near our house had a whole buffet, a salad bar buffet. And they had a whole gamut of good food. I just had my water because I am doing, let's go to intentions and then we'll close out. My intentions this week were 3 24-hour fasts, eating my percentage of keto macros throughout the week. I may not eat all my macros, but the percentage when I am eating off of fasting. And then going to the gym to move my body 6 days a week. I did not move my body yesterday for 30 minutes of sweat, so I'm going to do that today. And that's my intentions. Put below what your intentions for today are for your weight loss. Excuse me as I have a moment. Today I'm going to fast until 4 p.m. is when my fast time should end for my 24 hours. And then I need to get my workout in before 4 o'clock. And then macros, just figuring out how I'm going to break my fast. I'm going to do a crock pot roast. I have a keto crock pot roast. It's on YouTube, Countess of Low Carb on YouTube. Just look up Countess of Low Carb and then go into my recipes playlist. I have my keto pot roast. It's delicious and it's easy. You can throw a piece of frozen, it was my $5 chuck roast into the pot. Oh, and I will be going, I scoped out my grocery store. We've talked about this before. The after sale meat, I will be going to buy all of my meat. The date though from the holiday, from Labor Day, because it gets discounted, will be, I believe, tomorrow. So anyways, that's my agenda. Would love to know what your intentions for today are. What are you going to do today? What are your intentions for your weight loss? I would love to know. I love seeing what everyone's are because they usually end up motivating me too. Let's see here. I'm looking for, no. Oh, yes. Mary, you were so funny. Mary B. I thought about trying to make my own pepperoni until I found out that it had to hang somewhere for 6 weeks. And then in the comments, I cut off. That is really funny. Yeah, I don't know about hanging meat in my house for 6 weeks. That's really, really funny. The KFL group is doing an egg fast starting today. Woohoo! Claire is not to cave on my fast for 120 hours. Claire, I'm cheering you on, my friend. High five. Pumping the water empty that's my downfall. Claire says, which we had a meat haul here. Jeannie's doing today is the first Crave Mega class. Oh, Jeannie, you're doing it? Oh my God, you're doing McGaw. Is that how you say it? McGaw? McGaw! Is that right? Is that the right pronunciation? I'm so excited for you. You inspired me, by the way. I'm looking up jujitsu in my area because I want to kick some butt. I was going to say another word. Look, there's another truck. We had a tractor, now we have a truck. Hi, Lindy. Hi, Jeff. What else are our intentions today? And then I'm going to sign off and kick today's. We got to annihilate today. Let's crush today. We talked about creepy carbs earlier. If you're just joining us, go watch the beginning of this video. I went through a litany of different creepy carbs of where they're in food. Would love to know your intentions. Give this video a big old heart. Do you guys like my headband, by the way? So I would love to know your honest opinion. I don't like this one. I have hired a seamstress to start making my head bandanas, you know, because I love bandanas. Usually I'm wearing some sort of headband, and my head looks weird. And I don't know if I like this one or not. It's homemade by a local seamstress. Local. So I'm trying to decide if I like it or not. Anyways, I'm wishing you guys a powerful day. Let's kick today's butt. Let's just annihilate and shred today. Put your intentions below. Again, mine is not to break my fast before 4 o'clock. I'll hold myself accountable there. Anyways, love you guys. Have a great day. Bye. Boop. Boop.